This is review 3, chapter 2 again. A lot of the concepts that you learned in this chapter will be on your final assessment, so let's review them a little bit. So to get our totals, we can use the auto sum and it selects exactly what we want. So that's perfect. We can click on the check mark and we can copy this down. We also need our totals for each month. So again, we can click here, auto sum, it selects what we want, check mark, and drag across. When we're ready to find the averages, we'll use the average function. Again, you can find that under the auto sum, but it's also including our totals, which will skew our average. So the average function knows to add up each occurrence and then divide it by that number of occurrences. So we don't want to include our totals. So we're going to reselect, click on the check mark, and use our copy fill, all relative cell reference, right? We want it to go down just the way it is from B5 to M5, and then this should be B6 to M6, B7 to M7. So Excel is using the default of relative cell reference when we're copying our formulas down. For the maximum, we can again use the auto sum, make sure we reselect. If we don't, of course, the total would be the max for all of them, right? Check mark, copy down. And I believe we're supposed to copy this information here. I'm going to hold down my control key to do my copy. You'll notice my cursor changes a little bit. Drag it down here, let go of my control key. So now we want to see what the mobile phone bill would look like if it was 5% more. So I'm going to put 5 here, and the water sewer will be 3% more. And we'll start with January. And this formula is going to look like this, equals, and we want to know what this number looks like at 5% more. And we also want to copy this formula across this way. And when we do that, Excel will use relative cell reference. And as we copy it across, it'll use this number and this number and this number. So we need to make sure that we use absolute cell reference for the 5% so that when we copy it across, it doesn't look in this cell, and this cell. That would be relative cell reference. To make sure that it absolutely only uses this cell when we copy it across, I'm going to use the F4 as my shortcut key to enter my dollar signs in. Now, if I hit my check mark here, $3.78 is 5% of 75.50. But I want to know what 75.50 looks like at 5% more. So we're going to add that back, add back cell 5, and click our check mark. And now we can copy this across. For these formulas here, it doesn't matter, your order of operations will work no matter what order that you put it in, because it's always going to multiply before it divides. So if I choose to add these first and then multiply by my 3% down here, adding the absolute cell reference, it's okay because Excel will all multiply first. So Excel will automatically multiply B24 by B8 and then go ahead and add the B8 again. Clicking my check mark, dragging across. Oops. There we go. So I hope this helps you a little bit understanding selecting ranges and the difference between relative cell reference and when to use absolute cell reference.